Hey, what's going on everybody? Today I'll be showing you how to replace the coolant pump, otherwise known as a water pump, on our 2014 Volkswagen Touareg with a 3.6 VR6 engine. And the reason I'm replacing it is because it is leaking coolant. So let's get started. For this job, you do not need to lift the vehicle. It can be done on the ground. But what I would recommend to do is remove the lower engine shield. That way when you remove the coolant pump, all the coolant doesn't get caught by that shield and it falls down into your catch pan that you're going to have right underneath of it. As far as parts and tools that you will need, obviously you're going to need the coolant pump, and this is the part number right here that I'm using. And then you're going to need some G12 coolant. Now this one is pre-mixed. This is a 50-50 mixture, so I went ahead and grabbed 2 of them because I'm not exactly sure how much it's going to take. You can do the job without this tool, but this tool makes your job way easier. It is a cooling system evacuator, so it pulls a vacuum on the system and then pulls the coolant into the vehicle, and it gets a lot of the air bubbles out. So you can go the old school way with topping off the reservoir, letting the engine run with the cap off and burping the system, but you risk the chance of leaving some air in the system, and it just takes a lot longer. So if you have access to one of these, it is a game changer. After the job is done, you're going to want some water to rinse down the front of the engine, get all that dried coolant, all the wet coolant, get all that coolant off of there. And then I have a flathead screwdriver. I might need to use that to kind of pry the water pump off of the engine when it's loose. I have a 90-degree pick right here, and that's to get the vacuum line off that is right here. And then to get the lower engine shield off, you can use a small impact gun like this, or you can do it by hand with a ratchet using a Torx T30 or a 10mm socket. Now, as far as decompressing the belt tensioner, there's 2 different ways you can do it. You can grab a 17mm wrench with some length on it, and then you can just detension it and hold it detensioned while you get the belt off. Or there's another method. There's actually some threads where you can run an 8mm bolt with a 1.25mm, thread pitch. You can run that into the tensioner by hand using this ratchet with a 13mm socket, and then it will hold it in place for you while you take the belt off. Now, as far as taking the coolant pump off itself, you're going to need a 6mm Allen with a ratchet. And then you're also going to need another ratchet with 3 inches right here, and then this is about 1 inch. This is a 6mm triple square, and you're also going to need a catch pan. You're also going to need a Scotch-Brite pad and a rag. Go ahead and pop your hood. Next, we're going to remove the lower engine shield. And from the factory, they should have a 10mm or a Torx T30. So all you're going to do is remove this screw up here, all of the screws along the front, up top again right there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to bring this front one down. Go ahead and remove the cap for your coolant reservoir, and then just set it aside. Go ahead and remove this front cover, and to do so, underneath there are 4 rubber grommets. So you're just going to pull up right here on both sides and then remove that cover. So looking down at the tensioner, you can see right there in front of the pulley there's a 17mm. So you're going to put your ratchet on that, and then to decompress the tensioner, you're going to push towards the driver's side or counterclockwise. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slightly decompress it. That way with my other hand I can spin this pulley until one of those holes match up with the bolts that's behind the coolant pump. Looking at the front of the coolant pump, you can see that there are 3 large holes, and they only match up with the back side of the coolant pump one way. So right now you can see that they're all matched up, but if I go ahead and spin this to try and match up another one, they are no longer matched up. So you want to go ahead and make sure that those are in the right spot, and that's going to make your job easier. Looking directly above and behind the coolant pump, you can see that vacuum line going to it. So I'm going to take my small 90-degree pick right here, get underneath that vacuum line and then remove it. And once I removed it, I just set it on top of that bolt right there. So once I got one of those large holes lined up, I took my 3/8 ratchet with that 3-inch setup and the 6mm triple square, and then I gained access and put it into that bolt. Now what that's going to do is going to hold the pulley while I loosen the 3 bolts on the pulley. And I'm going to use my 5mm Allen to do that. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to take those bolts all the way out. I'm just going to loosen them. And what that looks like is this right here. So the pulley is stopped by that triple square, and then I'm loosening the 3 Allen bolts. But do not take them all the way out. Once those 3 Allen bolts are loose, you can remove both of those ratchet setups. Now this is the first method for decompressing the tensioner. You can take the ratchet, like I said, press it towards the passenger side or go counterclockwise. So you're going to be pressing down this way, and you're going to hold that, and then you're going to take the belt off of the pulley and then slowly release the tension on the tensioner. Or you can take that bolt that we talked about earlier, and there are some threads right here. You're going to run that all the way down by hand until it bottoms out right there. And then do not hit this with an impact gun. Use a ratchet by hand, and then you're going to tighten that down until it feels like the tensioner has basically bottomed out. And then that's going to hold it in place for you, and you can remove the belt, loosen the belt, do whatever you need to do. So now that I have the belt detensioned, I can remove these Allen bolts by hand. They are finger loose. So take those bolts out, and then you're going to take that pulley off of the coolant pump. Now that you have the pulley off, it's pretty self-explanatory. There are 3 bolts holding it on. So 2 up top that you can see, and then 1 in the middle directly at the bottom. So go ahead and remove those 3 triple square bolts, and then you might need to use your flathead screwdriver somewhere over there on the top left corner to kind of wiggle it loose from the block. And I'm just going to use that same setup that I had to hold the pulley in place. Now that I have those 3 triple square bolts out, I have my flathead screwdriver ready to go, kind of right there on the top left corner, and I'm going to twist it or wedge it, try to break that coolant pump loose from the engine block. And when I do that, that's when all the coolant's going to come out. So you want to have your catch pan ready, which I do way down there. Alright, I got it slightly loosened up, and then I also just brought my hand down there and gave it a good couple wiggles, and here we go. Here comes the coolant. And then you're just going to move this hose aside and bring it straight up and out. And now you can see that there is some corrosion and then also a little bit left over from the old O-ring. So this is where I'm going to take my Scotch-Brite pad, scuff all that up, make it all nice and shiny, and then I'm going to use my rag to wipe away any of that leftover Scotch-Brite pad on there. Once it's all shiny, you're going to put your new coolant pump back on. Alright, all done with the Scotch-Brite pad, and as you can see, it is much shinier. While I was performing this job, I was just taking a look around. I think if you take this tensioner off, you might be able to do this entire job without taking the pulley off of the water pump. Now I'm not completely sure. I've always done it this way, but if you want to take that tensioner off, it's pretty easy. So there's going to be 3 triple square bolts right here, and then you're going to loosen up this little clip, and then you can take that whole tensioner off, and that might give you enough room to drop the entire thing down there. But I've just always had a problem getting it all the way down in there with the pulley on, so I've just always gone this route. Okay, so if your new pump comes with a pulley and you're going this route of replacing it without taking the coolant fan out, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take your 5mm Allen and put it on an impact if you have one, and basically you can just zip those off real easy. If you don't have an impact gun like that, what you're going to do is you're going to line up one of the large holes right there, and then you're going to take your triple square socket, basically run it down in there until it's coming through that hole right there, and that's going to counter hold the pulley. Now the best thing I found is basically just put it between my thighs, get the best hold on it I can, and then just loosen those bolts. Once you got those bolts loosened, take that pulley off, and then we're going to reinstall in reverse order. Now before we put the new pump on, I'm just going to take my finger, dab it in that hole down there, grab some of that coolant, and then I'm just going to lubricate this O-ring right here. And then we're going to drop that pump down in there with the vacuum line straight up, and then put it in place. Alright, I've got my new pump in. My 3 triple square bolts are installed and tightened down, and then I went ahead and threw on the vacuum line since it was easy to get to right now. And then now I'm going to put the pulley on and run in the 5mm Allen bolts by hand. Alright, I've got my pulley on and the bolts ran in by hand. Now I'm going to make sure that my belt is on all of the pulleys correctly, and if it is, I'm going to detension that bolt right there and put tension back on the belt. Alright, so I've got the same setup as before. I just have my triple square going through one of the large holes onto the bolt, holding the pulley in place, and then I have my 5mm Allen, and I'm just going to go ahead and tighten up those Allens. Alright, now that everything's back together, I'm just going to take my water and try to splash it down there on top of the crank pulley on the belt. Try to get all that coolant off. I don't know if you can see it, but there is wet coolant everywhere, so I'm just going to try to clean that off. Try not to pour it like directly on electronics like this. So just splash it down there on the pulleys and get it off. Go ahead and take your front engine cover, put that back on, and then snap it down. Like I said before, there are 2 different ways to fill up this cooling system. One is to use the special vacuum tool that's going to pull vacuum on the engine and cooling system, and then it will pull the fluid into the engine. Now that is the best way to get all of the air pockets out of the engine, but if you don't have that special tool, you can do it the old school way, which is filling it up through the reservoir at the maximum mark, which is down there. And then you're going to let the engine run for about 5 to 10 minutes, topping off as necessary, and that's going to burp that air out of that reservoir. Once you think you've got all the air out, put that cap back on, make sure that your interior heat is working, and then take the car around the block for maybe 5-10 minutes. Make sure that you're not overheating. If everything looks good, put your lower engine shields back on and call it a day. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and leave me some comments. Let me know what you guys want to see next time. Until next time, guys. Peace.